Hi guys, and welcome back to this week's vlog. Now, I think I sound a bit better than the last video, which would have been the mittens update with the vet, but I'm still not 100% right, which is just so annoying because tomorrow will be a week when I was really poorly. Like I said, I feel a million times better than what I did like last week and like over the weekend, etc. And even in the last video that I done, I feel so much better, but I have still got a sore throat and you can kind of still hear it in my voice. I sound a lot better again than the last video, but you can still kind of hear my voice. Trying to be normal, but it's so hard. Literally yesterday I finished my first like my box of tablets that the doctors prescribed to me last Friday. I had my last one last night and I'm still taking like ibuprofen and paracetamol as well. And yeah, I feel fine in myself. It's just like my throat now, whereas before I know I had tonsillitis. But I think I had a bug alongside it. Lots of people have been ill as well. But anyway, I'm so much better. I've ridden as well. I rode on Tuesday. He had yesterday off. The plan was to ride, but the weather was horrible. So I just come home. And yeah, basically today's vlog is saddle fitting. I haven't got the saddle fitter out because I think there's a problem or anything like that. It is just a checkup, I mean, and just to make sure that my saddle is fitting fine, etc. They did come out back in November last year, so I got my jump saddle in August last year, and then in November I got her back out to check my saddle because I don't know why I didn't vlog it, because I would normally vlog it, so there must have been a reason why I didn't vlog. But I probably have told you guys in other vlogs after when the saddle fit to come out. But I found with Dan's saddle when I was riding him, so it was perfect when I first got it, and then after about 2 months or something like that, I found my numner kept slipping back. It was like really weird. Which I wasn't having that problem when my saddle was first fitted, so I thought there must be something like going on. So we got her out, and basically all it was nothing major, but Dan had put on a bit of weight since when he got his saddle, and basically my saddle, because it's a mono flap, it can't be like flocked or anything, flocked, whatever it is, it can't be done like adjusted like that. So she gave me like this butterfly shoulder thing to put on my numner, to put my saddle on top to stop my numner from moving back, and she said when he drops a bit of weight again I won't need it and it'll be absolutely fine, but while he's got a few pounds on, use that and I could jump in it, etc. So that's what I was doing, and then his numner was fine, so it was like, it was so good. It cost us like £15, that was it. So yeah, it was sorted and I've been really happy with my saddle since. And then a few weeks ago, maybe a month or something like that, my number was going weird again, and I've still been riding with the butterfly thing, and I just thought, oh, I'll take the butterfly thing out, I think that's what it's called, and see if there's a difference. And that's when I said we need to ring up about the saddle fitter. I'd like her to come back out, just check my saddles if it needs any other things or anything, and just to have a general checkup as well. So my mum deals with that, so she rang up, and because Julia actually, she's from Cheddar, so she's about 2 hours away from us, so obviously she's not local where she can just like pop down or anything like that. She comes down when there's enough people down in this area that can have her, and we're incredibly lucky because loads of people use her down in this area. So she waits for enough people to come up, and people have their saddles checked regularly as well, obviously. So everybody kind of rings up, and then she does a day and tries and fits all of us down in this area to obviously do all in one day. So yeah, we've had to wait like a month or two for her to come down, but luckily I wasn't like really concerned about her saddle or anything, about my saddle, sorry, or anything like that, so I was happy to wait the month or two. So yeah, today is the day basically that she's coming, and yeah, when I took the butterfly thing out of my saddle, my numna's been absolutely fine and been staying in the same place, so I reckon he must have just dropped a bit of weight. But I think the reason why he gained weight was because in the summer I had more time where I was riding him, because obviously there was the days were longer and things. I could ride a lot later. And then when the clocks changed and I was at college and the weather was horrible, the weather changed, etc., I was riding a couple days less than what I was in the summer. So obviously he changed shape. But now I've like picked up his work, so obviously he's changed shape again. That's why I think it was time to take the butterfly out. But we'll see what she thinks today. It's probably absolutely fine, but we'll just see. Also, I have still got my GP saddle because I don't want to get rid of that for showing reasons and when I do dressage. Now, I can do dressage obviously in my close contact. I'm not sure about showing, if I'm completely honest, like probably for like the local shows you can. I'm not really sure, but I wanted to keep it because I don't want to get rid of it because I feel like I will regret it. And also I don't want to get rid of it and then if I'm like, oh, I need a GP and then buy one, because I don't know if you guys know, but Dan has had to have his GP cut right back. So it's not like your normal GP saddle. It was when I first got it. It used to be Mittens' saddle. We bought it brand new for her. But all the way back in 2020 we had like real problems with his saddle. Dan didn't want to go downhill, and yeah. So first of all, we thought it could be other things like ulcers, navicular. Someone said to us that he could have a neurological problem. We were like, do not say that. And then somebody else said to us that he could have navicular because they had a horse that started to not want to go downhill and it ended up being navicular, and was like, oh my god, like proper panicking. And then someone else said it could be ulcers. So we had 3 things being told that he could have, and we're like, oh my god, like thinking the worst basically. And because we was in lockdown, we couldn't have anybody out to like come and check him, so I literally just left him out in the field. Obviously lockdown was a beautiful weather this time of the year compared to this year, and yeah, he was just living out 24/7. I wasn't riding him because I thought if he does have any issues, I don't want to make it worse. We did have the saddle fitter and the back person booked in, but then lockdown come and it got cancelled, so they moved us forward to the June. So obviously we was hoping and praying that they would be able to come out. And then because it had the tier, you guys will probably remember, we had the tiers of like where people lived, and theirs was I think we were like tier 2 and Julia was tier 3 because obviously she was like 2 hours away. So then when our tiers could like start mixing or whatever it was, I can't really remember now, so long ago, we still couldn't have Julia down because we were in a different tier. It just was like that. And our back person as well lived up by the Cotswolds, so it was like we were all in different tiers, so nobody could come down because they were meant to come in the March, then lockdown happened, so then they booked us in for April because obviously we was only expecting lockdown to be like a matter of weeks. And it got to April, we were still in lockdown, and then it happened to June, and then yeah, it was the whole tier thing, so it took ages. We ended up taking Dan's shoes off because we were like, what's the point of paying to have his shoes on when I'm not riding him or anything, and he had like 3 or 4 months off. So yeah, and then we had the back person out to check his back over, and he basically said that he was absolutely fine. He was tight in places which he sorted, but it was nothing major. And then the saddle fitter, I think, was coming out the next day, and she was like, I know what the problem is, like instantly she did, because we also had the vet out as well. I missed that. So we spent our whole lockdown up at the stables, painting jumps, painting our stables, painting our fencing, because we're a type that doesn't like to be home. We get too bored, so we just stayed at the stables all day. Luckily, obviously, we're not on a livery yard or anything, so we were able to. And Dan was acting really weird, like he was pawing at the ground and just being really strange, and we thought it could be colic, so we called the vet out because we was like, we want them to come out obviously, because if it's colic, we don't want to wait till later. I know we're in COVID and things, but we don't want to wait till later and it be too late. So the vet come out. Luckily it wasn't colic or anything. I'm not quite sure what he was doing. But the vet gave him a full examination, like right over, and we said like any chance he could have navicular neurological problems, blah blah blah, and he said no, there's absolutely nothing wrong with him. He's fit and he's healthy. Just wait and see what the saddle fitter or the back person says. So that put our mind at rest, because there was still like a month or two before the saddle fitter and back person was coming out. And then when the saddle fitter come out, she was like, I know what the problem is. His saddle is digging into his shoulder blades, which is and it's happening when he's going downhill, and that's why he's not wanting to, because he's in a lot of pain with it. She was like, his saddle needs to be cut right back off of his shoulders so that we don't have that problem. So she had to take the saddle back home with her, and we had to like to wait a week or so before we could have the saddle back. And she told me, because there's nothing wrong with him, to just ride him bareback. So that's what I was doing. Luckily the next day we was having his shoes put on, so perfect. And then his saddle come home, and we put it on him, and he was like a completely different horse, and we had no problem going downhill. So Julia has just been absolutely incredible. So that's another reason why I don't want to sell the GP, because it's all been cut back to basically suit Dan and fit him. Sorry, long story to that, but I don't know if I've ever told you guys, I'm not sure. So I want to get his GP checked, because it last got checked in August when I got my jump saddle. Didn't get it checked in November, I don't think. I might have, but I might have not. But I haven't really ridden in my GP, because Dan just goes amazing in his jump saddle, and I love my jump saddle. And yeah, not that he doesn't go amazingly in his GP, but I've just stuck to my jump saddle basically. I did use it for dressage. And yeah, so I want to get that checked, because now we're coming into summer, I'm going to be doing showing with him. And yeah, I want to make sure that is fitting him well, because obviously he will have changed shape from August to now. So I did ride him in it last week, because I've bought a new show number, because my show number was getting a bit skanky and old, because I've had it for a long time. And the plan for this year was to do some bigger shows, but it's kind of not gone to plan. I'll do that in a separate video. But that was my plan. So I wanted to get him like a proper show number, and like a nicer one, because like I said, mine was like really old and skanky. But it was either too big or too small, because I ordered another one and it was too big. So I wanted to try it on with my GP saddle, and I've also bought him a new, well, I didn't buy it actually, it's my birthday present, but we had to try it on, a new leather girth, a Lemur one, an anatomical one, because Julia will only allow us to wear an anatomical girth with that GP saddle, because that's what he needs. And yeah, so we've bought him all. Like I said, I haven't. My mum's bought him the girth, which is my birthday present, but my birthday's not until June. But we wanted to try it on him, because obviously if we keep it till June and then try it on, we can't send it back. So I rode him in the GP saddle, and I felt like I was twisted in it. I don't know if it was me, but I just felt really twisted, because I took Mittens out and my mum followed behind, and I asked her if I looked twisted from behind, and she said I didn't. But, sorry, this is really long. I got my GP saddle when I was 9 years old for Mittens, and obviously I've grown a lot since having Mittens. From me being 9, I'm now 18 in June. I have grown a lot, so I think it's like the flat bit's a bit too short for me now, I think. I mean, it's fine. Julia said in August it's fine for me, but it's because I've grown. Whereas my jump saddle is also like the proper size for me now, because obviously I'm a lot older. So yeah, I did think about selling my GP and getting Dan a show saddle, because that's all I use my GP for. And with the money that I get with my GP, like it's in an amazing condition, that could go towards a show saddle, because that's all I use it for. And also show saddles are like cut back behind their shoulders, so it would suit him, but I haven't really made that decision yet. I'm not really sure, and then it would probably fit me better, because it fits Dan but now it doesn't fit me so well. So yeah, the actual size of the seat is the same size as my jump saddle, I'm pretty sure. So there's not much difference from that. It's just like the saddle flap bit where my legs go, they're a lot shorter because it was made for me when I was 9. But yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if I am going to sell it because I do love my GP. But I think if I'm going to do my showing and I want to do bigger shows with my showing, then a showing saddle will probably fit me better. But I'm not sure about that yet. And that's just a thought that we thought about in August. So it proves that, like, we don't know for definite because obviously that's a long time ago. But yeah, that's basically what's going on. So I want to make sure it fits him properly and he's all happy, ready for the show season to start, basically. I feel like that was a very, very long, but I'm just updating you on everything. So the saddle fitter isn't coming until between 2 and past, and it's only like 11 o'clock now. So I've been up early this morning, done the horses, mucked them all out. It's been like really drizzly weather, and then I've just come back home and been editing a vlog actually. And then I feel like I'm saying a lot, sorry. And then I'm going to leave about 12:30, 1:45, get to stables for 1ish, because we've hired Kirsty's school, but if it's raining, I'm not going to bother hacking up there because we don't want to be stood out in the rain sorting saddles out, so I'll just stay at the stables and we'll do it in the stables. But I'm still going to use Kirsty's school regardless, whether for the saddle fitter or not, because I've got my show bridle in the car and I'm going to school him, because really embarrassing and really bad saying this, but Dan hasn't been schooled at all this year yet, which is really bad. I know, like really, really bad. All we've done is basically hacked this year, and obviously we've done some jumping as well. And I know it's really bad, guys. I know I should be schooling, etc. But I haven't schooled, and yeah, not good at all. And then I wonder why we go bad in a dressage test. But no, I need to start doing it, especially with this summer. My plan is to do lots of showing shows with him, as well as my jumping. Like, I'm not just going to be turn into like a showing person as much as I love my showing. I'm still going to be doing my jumping. I want to do some fun rides this year. Like, I've got lots of things that I would kind of like to do, but I would like to do more showing this year, and there seems to be a lot more showing shows as well this year compared to last year. So yeah, so that's my plan. So get his saddles checked. My mum's got the GP in the back of her car. I've got my jump saddle in my car. And yes, basically gonna get some cakes because whenever Julia comes down, we always get some food for her, her favourite cakes and drinks, etc. And yeah, and then I'm gonna school him. Well, if it's dry, I'll go up to the sand school and I'll kind of like school him then while the saddle fitter, if that makes sense. But if it's raining, then I'll just go up there after. Spoken to Kirsty, she's all fine about it. And yeah, that's basically what's happening today. So I thought I'd bring you guys along for the saddle fitting. And yeah, for now, I'm currently watching This Morning, which I know is really sad because I feel like I'm not too young, but I feel like more older people watch This Morning rather than a 17-year-old. And yeah, I've got a couple more vlogs that I've got to edit. I'm currently editing my Coxley tracks one, and then I've got to edit my Mittens' vet vlog, which feels really weird because you guys would have seen both of those vlogs before you even see this vlog. But yeah, I've got currently nearly finished doing my Coxley tracks one, and then I've got to do my whole vets one with Mittens. This is a very, very long intro, so I'm going to stop now and I'll see you guys in a bit. Right guys, I am at the stables and I'm going to walk, well, I need to go and put my wellies on and then I'm going to walk across and get Dan in because it's currently 1 o'clock, so it's the time that I wanted to get here. Like I said, Julia isn't coming between 2 and past, but sometimes she can be quite early, so it wouldn't at all surprise me if she got here at like 1:30, 1:45. So I want to make sure that he's in. And what else do I need to do? I've just got to get my saddle out. And yeah. that's basically it. My mum's just going to the shop to get some cakes. Julia, so it's not just Julia that comes, by the way. I don't know if I've ever told you that before. And there's another lady, she's called Jo. Jo? Yeah, I think her name's Jo. And they normally come together, basically, and they are so lovely, both of them, Julia and Jo. And yeah, basically we have used Julia for 8-9 years, maybe a bit longer, with our saddle fitting. Like, we cannot recommend her enough. It is a shame that she's not closer to us, but we still managed to make it work. And yeah, I wouldn't use any other saddle fitter whatsoever, because they're just such lovely people as well, which always makes a difference, having like really nice people as well. And she's just amazing. She's worked wonders with my old pony Jules, who had real problems with her back, so her saddle, we was constantly having the saddle fitter out as well as a back person as well, and she just worked wonders with her. She was that amazing. The first time we ever had her, she told us to take a video of Jules, me riding Jules, because Jules would do this funny thing where she would tilt her head like that. And we was like, how is she going to be able to tell what's wrong with her by a video? Like, she needs to come out and see us, but she was unable to come out straight away and see us. It was like a waiting list. So that's when she told us to send a video and she'd be able to tell us. And I was thinking, how is she going to be able to tell us? Like, she's not going to be able to. And we sent her the video anyway, and she was like, that's what's wrong with her. She needs this, 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 and that. And we was like, wow, that is just amazing. Buy a video. Like, she is just incredible. And the last time she come back in November, she literally looked at Dan with the rug off. Didn't even tell her what the saddle problem was. I just said, like, can she come out? Didn't even tell her what the issue was. She come out, I took his rug off, my saddle was still in the car, and she went, is your numbness slipping back? I was like, yeah. She was like, he's put on a bit of weight, that's why. And I'm like, how does she know that? The saddle was still in my car and I hadn't told her anything. Like, she is just incredible, and I recommend her so much if you guys are looking for a saddle fitter, and even if you're down in our area, or if you're further up than us, like around the Cheddar area. And do you know what's even more amazing? I'm pretty sure she still does it, unless lockdown stopped her. But she goes off to like South Africa and all over the place, fitting saddles for horses, and she is just amazing. And it always makes a difference when you have nice people as well, and both of them are just so lovely. So yeah, that is basically what I'm going to do. It's very muddy, but then why am I surprised with the amount of rain we've had? So I don't know. Oh no, there's Mittens. Dawn's in her stable, and Dan, Dan must be out in the field with Mittens. I've done all of their hay buckets this morning, and yeah, that's basically it. And obviously they're all mucked out, and yeah, 9 o'clock this morning I was completely done getting in my car ready to go home, which is nice. Nice feeling. And Dan come down because I think he thought I was taking him for a ride, and obviously I would have taken him for a ride, but because I knew I'd be riding with the saddle fitter, I was like, I'll just wait till this afternoon. But I think the weather is a bit unpredictable. It's like dry and then it's drizzly, so I think we're just going to keep Dan here and check the saddle. And I'll just say to Julia, like, if she wants to see me ride, she can literally just nip up to the school. It's like a 2-minute drive away, and I can ride up there so she can watch me ride. But like I said, I'm not concerned about my saddle. I don't think there might not be anything wrong with them. I don't think if there is, I don't think it's anything, you know, massive. Dan isn't showing me any signs that the saddle's not fitting, and he would tell me. So yeah, I'm not concerned at all. It is literally just a checkup, and if anything does need to be done, and yeah, I just want my GP checked to make sure that's all okay, ready for this summer. But I like to have, even when I know or don't think that there is an issue, I like to still have Julia come out, like in a few months time. I'll ring up and find out when she's next coming out and get her to book us in for another checkup, just because of the whole thing with Dan's saddle. I just want to keep it up to date really, and also I think one of the most important things is making sure that your saddle is fitted correctly. I just think that is such an important thing, to make sure that your horse's saddles are correctly fitted is just such an important thing. So yeah, I'll probably have one in like 3 or 4 months time. She'll come back out for a checkup. Mittens is just having a row. Oh, she's just got up. Come on then, Dan. Oh, this field, it's awful. And apparently our field isn't even that bad compared to like other people's fields. So I'm moaning and people's are a lot worse. No, Dan, he hasn't rolled. His face is all clean and he's rolling. No, I was shouting to him like, no, Dan, stop. You've just got wet mud on you now and you haven't rolled all day you haven't rolled, and you roll now. Yeah, look at that wet mud. You have been clean. I should have been a couple minutes quicker. I don't believe you. You've done that on purpose. You've done that on purpose. Not impressed. That was on purpose for sure, wasn't it, guys? He was clean and he saw me come in and rolled. No, not happy with you, mister. He was dry. I walk out towards him and he rolls right in front of my face and he is covered in wet mud, which is just, and it's all under his belly where his girth's gonna go. I could cry. I hate it when he does this, honestly. What was I doing? Getting a hay bucket for him. Guys, so fast forwarding on, Dan and I nearly got ran over by a van then. They were reversing out and I stopped, but they couldn't see me because I wasn't in the mirror. Anyway, so saddle fitter has been, I'm aware I didn't film any of it because I literally got Dan in and she arrived. Like I said, she was early. And I didn't film any of it because it was just like go sort of thing, and she's only just left. She's been around for a while because after she done my saddles, well, she done the jump saddle first and then my mum arrived and then we done my GP, and then we had some cake and then we were just yapping, catching up because we haven't seen each other for like such a long time. But basically what's going on with the saddle, so his jump saddle fits him absolutely fine. She's shown me how to feel when I need to put the butterfly in. So yeah, that is all good, the jump saddle, which I'm really happy about. Like I said, I wasn't hugely concerned about it and I took the butterfly out a couple weeks back, so I done right with that. And she said when I feel the number moving again, just put the butterfly slip in. So that's all good. I know it's all fitted and it just makes me happier when I know, even though like I said, I keep saying like I wasn't concerned about it, and I generally wasn't concerned about it. I didn't think it was anything at all. I just wanted it checked really. But it's always like a nice feeling to be like, right, the saddle's all good sort of thing. And because my mum had the GP in her car, she went to the shop to get cakes. So we was just yapping around, kind of catching up sort of thing with what Dan and I have been up to since the last time we've seen her. And then I was just like to her, I'd like you to check my GP because when I rode in it the other day, I felt quite twisted, but I don't know if that's me. And also because I'm used to riding in the jump saddle, it could be just because I'm not used to it. But I said I want to get it checked anyway to make sure that it's all good with him because I want to do showing this year. So, and obviously like the season's starting, so I want to make sure it's all good, ready for our first show. And yeah, so my mum arrived just in time and we put it on and she was like, yep. So normally the saddle throws me to, God, I think it used to throw me to the left. No, used to throw me to the right. When I used to ride in it, always used to throw me to the right. So she would put stuff in the right side to stop that from happening. But now it's throwing me to the left, like the opposite direction, which is really strange why it's doing that. And she said that's why I found it weird. Also because in my jump saddle, I've been used to being straight. This is like throwing me right instead of left as well, which is strange. So that's why you found it strange. So she's just put some extra stuff in like she would the other side to help me out. And now I'm sat in it right now, got a bit of mud on me, and I feel straight, I feel normal, which is a good thing. So yes, that's been sorted. It took her like 2 minutes to do, and then she put it back on him and she was like, right, there you go. So with this saddle, I'm going to be riding in this sheepskin one because obviously it's for showing. So yeah, so luckily I had it in the car with me because I was just going to use the numner that I wear with my jump saddle, but luckily I still had this in the car from trying it on the other day. So she fitted it with this because this is going to be my main numner that I'm going to be using with this saddle. So yeah, so it's all fitted, so overly really pleased. It was nothing major, and next weekend I'm planning on doing my first show, which I'm really looking forward to getting back into the show ring. So it's nice to know that his saddle's all good, and that I don't need to worry. So I ended up not having to use the school, so I'm just hacking up here now. I've got his double reins because I don't have a double bridle. I just use a Pelham and then put the 2 reins on. So yeah, I've got them on and we're just walking up the road now to Kirsty's school, and I'm just holding him while I didn't have any reins. We're just kind of just mooching up there. I'm not going to try and get him onto a contact now because he needs to have a real warm up. He doesn't do it instantly, so even when I get to the school I'll be walking around on a loose rein, giving him lots of stretches and things, and then hopefully we'll work up to him going nicely in a contact. But we have to remember the last time he was ridden in this bridle was August last year at North Devon show, and the last time we schooled was last year, which is really bad to say. And I'm not used to riding in this saddle either, so it's really strange as well. And I've had to put my stirrups down like 3 holes because I naturally ride really short anyway, like normally. Even when I used to ride the saddle before I had my jump, I've always ridden very, very short. And obviously with my jump saddle I've got the knee support, and you naturally ride short with a jump saddle anyway. It's kind of adjusting to this now, not having the knee rolls. And when I rode in it the other day, I only hacked out in it. My stirrups just felt so short, and it's so weird because it's my normal length. That's what I used to ride in, but because it's just weird, I felt like I was going to roll over the top. So I've just put them down 3 holes, which Julia said I will need to do that with this saddle now. And I just feel really weird because where I would normally have my knee roll when I stand up, I don't have that. So yeah, I'm not saying today's going to be a fantastic schooling session whatsoever. It's probably going to look very, very rusty with my riding and with him. I'm not expecting anything amazing and for him to go like he did at North Devon last year, because the last time he was in this bridle he went phenomenal. He was incredible, and my riding wasn't too bad either, can't lie guys. So yeah, we went really, really well, but we were doing it consistently because we've done quite a few shows in the summer. So yeah, it's been a little while since we've done it, and we're both going to be very rusty, but it's fine. It's first school of the year. What are we going to expect? So yeah, just going to go steady. Don't need to do too much with him. Like, he's fit enough to do it, but I don't need to do too much of him, especially because he's not used to it. And yeah, basically I might see if I can pop up here again next week before our show and just pop round and do our show. Well, I'll see how he's going today, whether or not I'll run through our show that we normally do, which is one that I don't know if you guys are into the showing world or if I have any people that do show and things, so bear with me because I'm still learning with my showing. It's a very new thing to me. Showing is a very new thing to me, and I am still learning loads and loads. So yeah, just bear with. I probably am going to do things wrong. The show that I do in like the ring is the correct show for the class I do, show hunter pony, and I know that because Kirsty's really, really into her showing, done lots of it at quite high level. And she was the one that told me what show I need to do for my class, so I know that's correct. But yeah, just bear with me with the showing because it's something that we haven't done for a long time, and I'm still learning. So yeah, we're nearly there, and my mum's come to film.
About to leave, already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Oh yeah. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free.
You said it was the last time, but you keep coming back to tell me sorry that you take back all the things you said just to hurt me. Our love just went cold, but I'm still burning.
Okay guys, we are rather wet, but wasn't our best schooling session. He wasn't really listening to me. I know it's bad weather, etc., but you know, we haven't had this bridal in. Always our first session in our bridal is always like so deflating, because you imagine him and you know, if I kept this up over the winter, he would be going lovely now. It's completely my own fault for not just like lacking on it and not doing anything over the winter. It's completely my own fault. It's not Dan's fault whatsoever. By the way, that was him farting if you heard it. So yeah, it's no fault of his own. It's horrible weather, so we didn't do very long whatsoever because I am absolutely soaked. It's like it's just turned really drizzly. It was a bit spitty coming up, but hardly anything, and it's getting heavier now, so I was like, call it a day. He did a little bit of nice work, but not what I would have called, you know. I'm gonna pop up here next week and just do it again, and hopefully we'll be a bit better. But always our first show and our first time in the schooling bridal is always really bad. But I know if I kept it up all over winter, we would have been really working on it and he would be going lovely now. But that is my own fault, and it's just a lot of working. Luckily at the moment there's no, like, the summer shows haven't quite started yet, so I've got a little while before it like properly starts. Next weekend is in an indoor arena on surface, so it won't matter what the weather is. And yeah, not overly pleased with how we went, because I was very rusty. I could tell he's really rusty with having such a long time off. So yeah, it wasn't our best to date, but we'll get back to how he was in August. But now I kind of do regret just leaving it and not doing anything since, because now it's making more work for us. But lesson learned, I'm gonna have to stick a fleece on him to dry him off, because he cannot have his turn up on like this. I've got no other clothes, didn't think about wearing a coat because the weather was not like this. Luckily my mum had a coat, but obviously still getting really wet. So yeah, I'm just going to take him back, put his fleece on, give him a nice little massage as well. Going to give Mittens a massage with the massage pad. They'll obviously have to take it in turns. And then yeah, it's 3:20, so we'll have to wait a bit anyway, to obviously for him to cool down before he can have any tea and to dry off. But we're going to get them done because they don't want to be out in this. And then I'll be going home and I can get into some dry clothes. But yeah, I just feel, I don't know why, I had it in my head that he was going to go as well as he did the last time we did, which is stupid when we haven't done anything all winter, whereas all last summer, getting him how he was at North Devon, we were practicing. So yeah, a bit stupid really, me thinking that he's going to come out the same. Really stupid actually. Why did I even think that? But I feel like we do. I think we think, oh, you know, we're going to come out the exact same, but that is not the case whatsoever. So anyways, just walking back, I can hear my mum coming, so I'll pull in and let her go, because she'll probably just get the other two in. They might even already be in. And I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so Dan's got his massage pad. It's the Equilibrium one. We've had it for like 3 years. It's been on the vlog lots of times. So that massage is for half an hour. Just done his exercises with him, not because he has an issue or anything like that. He just does them because Mittens does them and it doesn't hurt him doing them. It will do him good as well. He literally just goes, I do like these, he stretches to like where his girth would be. He does that 4 times both sides. And then I stretch down to here with him. Good boy, there's nothing there, good boy. And I do that 4 times both sides. And then his old owner taught him how to bow. So that's got nothing to do with me. His old owner taught him to do that. And she showed me when I first met him really. And again, it stretches over their back as well. So she just kind of done it as a trick. But I know it does them good because it stretches right over their back. So I just do that with him. I do it from this side and then the other side, and then I just give him some treats after for being a good boy. And Mittens has the exact same exercises because that's what the vet told us to do. So I've basically just copied what the vet's told her to do with Dan basically, because it doesn't hurt him doing them. And we do that every day, although I will admit the last week I haven't been doing it every day because I've been poorly. So we've like come up here, given them breakfast, let them out, mucked out, gone home, and then come up, got them in and fed them, and we haven't bothered doing the exercises because there's no excuse really. I've just been poorly. But every other time we do them every single day. I normally do them of an evening. I do them really, it's normally an evening. It can be any time obviously. But since being ill, I've done them about 2 times, maybe 3 at a push. But yeah, when I'm fine, it's normally every single day. And that's with Mittens as well. Mittens needs to do them. There's a reason to obviously help her. And then I just thought, well, it doesn't hurt him doing them. So, and he likes it because he gets treats. So he knocked his fleece on the floor in the night, so it's covered in shavings, which is really annoying. So we can just stick this on him, and then once he's dried, I can put his turnout rug on, and then by the time that is, he'll be able to have his feed Also, if you're wondering why I didn't wear brushing boots on Dan today for a ride, because I know I say I always wear them, which I do, but he didn't have them on because his legs were covered in mud. So I didn't want to put them on him, so he had to go without. But yeah, any other time he would normally have them on. Right, let's get this fleece on that's covered in shavings. Boy, he's chucked his hay on the floor. He's made a right mess in here, but he's got his fleece on, done some poo, so I'm going to take them out now, and then we're going to get their food ready for them to have. And I shaked his rug, not realising how many shavings was in there, and it's all come out, but it's fine. Right, let's pick this up. He does this every time, guys. I put in his buckets and then he just chucks it on the floor, and it really annoys me because it makes so much mess. Don't miss that. Oh, but you can't help it, can you? Can't help it. Good boy. Okay, guys, so a very quick turnaround because it is now Monday and I filmed this vlog on Thursday. So it's been a couple of days and I completely forgot to end the vlog, and I've just been editing my video, getting it ready, and that's when I realised, oh, I've done no outro. So here I am. Yeah, that was basically the day. You kind of come on half of our day. Really pleased that we've had the saddles all checked over and that, and I really noticed a difference with my GP saddle once Julia actually sorted it out. I really noticed it when I was doing my schooling with him, so that's perfect, all ready for the season ahead. And we'll have her, well, Julia was like, see you at the end of summer, so that'll probably be around August, September time when she'll next come out for a checkup with both the saddles, unless I have any problems in between there and then. And then obviously we'll get her out if I feel there are any problems. But yeah, it'll probably be August, September now. But if you guys are looking for a saddle fitter and you are down in North Devon, southwest kind of area as well, like Cheddar, Exeter, like up that kind of area as well, then yeah, definitely want to try out Julia because I can't recommend her enough. She has been amazing with both of Danny's saddles, with my old pony Jules, who you guys unfortunately never met. She's just been amazing with Mittens and everything, like all of our ponies. She's just been incredible, and we have used her for years and years and years and years and years, and we will definitely not use anybody else as well. And she's such a lovely person as well, which always makes a difference. So yeah, I definitely recommend her. And by the way, this is no ad, no sponsor or anything like that. This is just me saying how good she is and how much I recommend her. She is Garriott Saddlers. You can find her on Facebook, and I'm pretty sure her number will be there, which you can ring up and book an appointment. But anyway, also I've been looking back obviously through editing of the videos of Dan when we were having a little school, and definitely wasn't our best, as I've already mentioned, but actually on the day I thought it was a lot worse than what it actually was. Looking back in the videos, he did actually do some really nice work again on both of our parts. I was very rusty, so was Dan. He can definitely go a lot better. I can ride so much better than what I did in those clips, but I actually thought he went a lot worse than what he did, so that makes me feel a little bit better. So yeah, so I'm going to end this video now because I feel like the last two videos have been over an hour and I don't want this video to be the same. So if you guys have enjoyed it, please make sure that you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for our next video. I think the next video that you guys will see, I will be jumping, I'm pretty sure, so stay tuned for that. And then we have also got a showing vlog coming as well soon, which will probably be after the jumping vlog, so stay tuned for them. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.
Take me for a ride.